Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Zero Spike back again once again. And today we're here for Kamen GAVV episode 8, and in this episode we got dual chocolate. In this episode, man, oh man, we got dual chocolate in this episode. It was freaking cool to see their fight coordination with each other. Is like these two make a perfect team. They're like a natural synergy type of freaking two guys, and it was dope. It was a whole freaking shootout with chocolate and fish, and it's weird, but we still are dealing with the same Granute that we saw in the last episode, and we see that they did defeat him in the last episode, but bro has a secret ability given to him by our scientist big brother Nilov. I'm gonna say Nilov, because I kept saying Niram a lot, and it's like, oh, that's Niram is from Geats, and I was like, I'm gonna say, I'll say Nilov or Nilov. Yeah, Nilov. We'll go with that. But as soon as I figure out how to pronounce the name properly, it'd be Nilov. But yeah, Nilov basically modified him. Basically gave him like an ability to where he's able to clone himself. So the last one they fought in the last episode, or the last one that Shoma fought in the last episode, was a clone, but he was able to save the girl, the artist girl who was kidnapped in the last episode. And we did see that another Granute is trying to do the same thing in this episode by abducting the artist, and he's trying to abduct the other artist dude who splashed paint on Sachika in the last episode. And we get a little backstory on Sachika in this episode as well. But it was actually pretty cool. I liked we getting a little more backstory on the prettiest girl in the show right now. But I don't know, big sis was rocking Valen in this episode. She was rocking him, bro. She was fighting that we get the whole fight scene with her and Valen, and she's rocking him. Old girl's pulling out the free, like she's fighting him like we on the street, like completely. She's headbutting him, she's kicking him, pinning him to the freaking wall, like she's telling him to grit his teeth. She's shoryukening him, hitting him with Getsuga Tenshos. Like she's just I mean, like, nah, this ain't no thing. Then she beats him and then just leaves. And then he's just like, yeah, she on another level than the last Granute I fought. And I'm like, bro, like, this is big boss. This is a big boss Granute. This ain't no employee. This is a boss lady. And she ain't playing no games with none of y'all. I feel like this is Shoma's big sister. So yeah, bro, get ready, cause that stiletto heel was in your chest, big dog. But yeah, we did see that Valen is also still investigating he's like basically investigating another missing persons case, and the missing person was the last girl who was abducted in the last episode, and he's investigating that. But they ended up but Shoma did end up saving her and escorting her back to the house. And when she talks about what happened to her, she says that her memory is a little bit fuzzy and she doesn't remember what happened, but she knows that she was abducted by a monster. So we ended up seeing they end up going back home, and we see that Sachika is she's still feeling kind of messed up about what happened to her in the last episode with old dude lashing out on her and throwing paint on her and stuff like that. And she's kind of was holding it in, like she held it in, like some of us do this, where something bad happened to you, and then you'll just brush it off or smile it off and stuff like that. And that's basically what she did. And she did say that she was gonna snap back at him, but she held herself back. She held her tongue, because she ever since she was a kid, she kind of had that whole problem as a kid, but snapping back on people whenever she tried to make them cheer up. And they would look at her and be like, they would look at her and be like, you can't cheer me up, you have an easier life than me, and what do you know? You don't know how I feel. And she's like that, so she didn't want it. Or that people have done that to her, so she didn't want to snap back on him and possibly have to hear that again. She's dealing with some childhood trauma here. So her aunt apologizes to her about what happened and stuff like that, to see that the dude did tell her aunt about what he did and stuff like that. And her her aunt, and Shoma ended up, helping her feel better, and stuff like that. And it's all nice and dandy. It's cool, and it basically gives her and it also gives her a little bit more confidence and stuff like that. So we did see that Jiba and Shita, they ended up getting reprimanded by Big Brother because they found out about, they made a mistake and spilled the beans about the red GAVV and stuff like that. And he basically says that, you guys knew about the red GAVV and you didn't tell us. And also this other dude they're talking about, Valen, with Big Sister, basically told him about what she dealt with. And yeah, so he ends up firing the twins because they were holding secrets and stuff from the company and not telling them stuff, and by them not doing that, basically messed up their supply line and stuff like that, messed up business. So he ends up firing both of them, and they feel real bad about it. Seems like next episode they're gonna try and get their revenge, but yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But yeah, so they end up getting fired, and then Big Bro tells Nilov, he said, hey, I need you to go ahead and start modifying or upgrading some of our employees so they can actually handle these two pests, and I'll give you the funding for it. And then Nilov is like, yeah, but little did he know, he's already been doing this before. Big Bro gave him the order. So now he's getting funding for something that he was already doing. And yeah, so now he doesn't have to keep it a secret anymore. But he basically upgraded this Granute, the fish Granute, with the ability to clone himself. He's able to take multiple little fish off of his body and make a clone of himself. And that's how the two chocolate riders were able to figure out how to defeat him. We see that he ends up using another disguise. He's a man with a mustache, big old mustache, and he basically does the same thing he did last time, but he just did it under a different moniker. So our three, we see Sachika, Hanto, and Shoma. They basically deduce that they think something is up with this art dealer guy who's trying to scout him, and they basically all come together and find out that Hanto knows a lot about Granutes, especially when we found out in this episode we see Suga also knows a lot about the Granutes. He knows that they're able to disguise themselves with human disguises, but they're not able to do their full body. They can only do like their face and stuff like that, but their stomach, mouth, they can't really cover up. So Hanto tells the other two that, and Shoma's like, wait, he knows, he's gotten that far into knowing all that. Wow, I got this dude, man. but they basically devise a plan into trying to figure out if this art dealer guy is a Granute. So they basically stage something where they end up pulling his shirt up, and then the stomach is shown and stuff like that, and he is running out of the house, and they end up going out. We see the Hanto and Shoma end up going after him, but they end up lying to Sachika. Basically lying to Sachika because she doesn't know that they're writers yet. But yeah, we see that the art dude, he kind of gets pissed off and stuff. That he thought he was getting scouted. He thought he thought he hit his big break, and Sachika kind of calms him down, and she's basically like, don't take. He's like destroying all of his art and stuff like that. She's like, hey, don't take your anger out on your art. Take it out on the monster. And I'm like, wait, is bro finna go out here and just start hitting the monster now? What's happening? So we see that our two riders end up cornering the monster in a warehouse, and we get the coolest shootout, back and forth kind of intricate fight scene we have, and we get in this episode is pretty freaking dope. The whole fight was actually, it was kind of long, but it was actually a pretty cool and thought out kind of fight. So seeing basically how our two riders right now are like in their chocolate, their gunslinger kind of forms. We see that when Shoma does get there to the warehouse, he kind of hides the fact that he's transforming and stuff because he doesn't want Hanto to hear him, but he doesn't know that Hanto is Valen yet. So yeah, the secret's still being kept. So they ended up while they're fighting this monster together, Sachika's like on her way there, and we see that they ended up destroying him once. And when they ended up destroying him, they're like, yeah, we did it. And then out of nowhere he just pops up again from behind a corner or something, and they basically destroy him multiple times. They kill him like multiple times, but they can't figure out why he keeps coming back, and then he keeps calling himself immortal. So that's when Sachika shows up, and then she throws paint on him. She throws paint on the monster and starts talking mad shit to him. And excuse my language. And when she splashes the paint on him, he ends up running away again. And then when he appears again, he looks different, and we see that Violet is like destroying him multiple times. But then that's when Shoma ends up venturing off just a little bit, and he ends up finding same warehouse, but he ends up finding the monster again, but he finds him making another clone of himself, and he realizes that when he clones himself, the clone didn't have paint all over him, so the one that with the paint on him is the real one. So they end up having this fight scene, look really cool. They had like cool synergy stuff like that going on, and they ended up taking him out. And when they ended up taking him out, pretty freaking dope. Sachika runs up to both the riders and stuff. She takes a selfie with both of them, taking pictures of them, and then they like sneak away, but she's like, hey, wait, don't run away. So but yeah, Sachika and the guy, the art dude, like he apologized to her and all kind of stuff, and then he ends up giving her a portrait that he made for her, like a little sunflower thing. And we see Sachika, Hanto, and Shoma walking together, and they both basically ask her like, hey, stop looking into the stop looking into the whole writer stuff. And then they have that in their head thinking kind of moment, which you saw a lot of in this episode. And yeah, and they basically like kind of try and get her to stop trying to like looking into all this like monster stuff, because trying to keep her safe and things. And that's the end of the episode. They all three of them walk away together in the sunset, making this friend group sort of established. But yeah, this episode was awesome. GAVV has been real peak with these past episodes, and we're getting a lot of stuff, and I did thoroughly enjoy the fight scene in this episode. I thought it was very intricate. I thought it was very thought out. I thought it was well paced. It was long. It felt a little bit long, pause, but it was very well paced out, and there was some real thought put into this fight. And next episode, we are going to finally get the lollipop form, the big mech lollipop looking form. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Seems like he's going to be fighting Jiba and Shita in the next episode too. So looking forward to that, and very much looking forward to seeing what the lollipop form is able to do. And yeah, but this episode was really good. I love the dynamic that the main three have with each other right now. Still feels like we got a really good friendship kind of building right now. It feels like we had some mystery gang type of stuff going on. Oh my god, like revealing the monster and stuff like that. It was like a little mystery thing. I did like that, and I love the little scenes we had with Sachika, trying to get us like bond with her and stuff like that, showing that she's not this super happy-go-lucky girl all the time. Sometimes it's a facade, but yeah, I like that. I like this episode. Show how human she is. These characters really do feel like they're real people, and they really do feel like they could like they feel like they're real people. They feel like they're not like a weird like cartoony joke characters and stuff like that. They sound like they talk and sound like real people to a degree. But other than that, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode of Kamen Rider GAVV. What you think about the fight we had, what you think about the little stuff we had with Sachika. Like what was your overall rating of this episode? Because it's a cool 8. It's a cool 8 for me. It's a cool 8. But yeah, I'm gonna see you guys next time. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and remember, as I always say, guys, stay henshined.